The 2024 US presidential election is entering its final, frenzied days. Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump are locked in a fierce battle for the White House. Both candidates are making their final appeals to voters, crisscrossing the nation in a whirlwind of rallies and media appearances. Harris is focusing on energizing her base and turning out voters in key Democratic strongholds. Trump is rallying his supporters with his signature blend of populism and cultural grievance. The final days of the campaign are crucial for both candidates to solidify their support and sway undecided voters. With the race so close, every vote could make a difference. The 2024 election will be decided in a handful of closely contested battleground states. These states hold the key to reaching the 270 electoral votes needed to secure the presidency. Both campaigns have poured enormous resources into these states, blanketing the airwaves with ads and deploying armies of volunteers. Pennsylvania, with its 20 electoral votes, looms large as a pivotal prize. Other key battleground states include Arizona, Georgia, Michigan, Nevada, North Carolina, and Wisconsin. Harris is focusing on turning out Black and Latino voters, as well as suburban women. Trump is hoping to maximize his appeal among white working-class voters and rural residents. With Election Day just around the corner, national polls show a race that is too close to call. Harris and Trump are statistically tied, with the margin of error falling within a few percentage points. The closeness of the race is adding to the already palpable tension and uncertainty gripping the nation. Both campaigns are projecting confidence, but the reality is that the outcome is far from certain. Harris appears to hold a slight edge in Pennsylvania and Michigan, while Trump maintains a narrow lead in North Carolina and Georgia. The outcome in these states will likely depend on which candidate can most effectively get their voters to the polls. The 2024 election cycle has been marked by an unprecedented deluge of political advertising. From television and radio to social media and streaming services, it seems impossible to escape the barrage of campaign ads. The vast majority of political ads are negative, focusing on attacking opponents rather than promoting a candidate's own policies. This negativity can contribute to voter cynicism and apathy, making it less likely that people will turn out to vote. Despite the concerns, political advertising remains a powerful tool for candidates to reach voters and shape public opinion. In a close election, a well-crafted ad campaign can sway undecided voters and make the difference between victory and defeat. Both the Harris and Trump campaigns will be relying heavily on advertising to get their message out and persuade voters. As the 2024 election approaches, concerns about election security and the spread of disinformation loom large. The spectre of foreign interference, misinformation campaigns, and voter suppression efforts threatens to undermine public trust in the democratic process. Ensuring the integrity of the election is paramount, requiring a multifaceted approach involving government agencies, technology companies, and individual citizens. Federal and state officials are working to fortify election infrastructure against cyber attacks and other threats. Social media companies are also under pressure to combat the spread of disinformation on their platforms. They are investing in content moderation efforts, fact-checking initiatives, and partnerships with election officials to counter false and misleading information. Voters need to be critical consumers of information, verifying sources and being wary of sensationalized or emotionally charged content. Educating the public about disinformation tactics and promoting media literacy are crucial steps in mitigating the impact of misinformation campaigns. As Election Day draws near, a palpable sense of anxiety and uncertainty hangs over the United States. The country is deeply divided, with political polarization reaching levels not seen in generations. The stakes of the 2024 election are incredibly high, and the outcome will have profound consequences for the nation's future. The intense political climate has taken a toll on the national psyche. Many fear that the losing side will refuse to accept the results, potentially leading to unrest and instability. Despite the challenges, the hope remains that the democratic process will prevail. As Americans prepare to cast their ballots, the world is watching closely to see how the United States navigates this critical moment in its history.